Hello, my fellow members of Boston Sports Nation. Welcome to another edition of the Royal podcast. This is, and we can confirm, it is episode 50, the March the 2nd of 2026 episode. I'm your host, Tom O'Shea. All right. So let's talk about Blue Jays and Red Sox spring training recap, and then the Celtics game between the Bucks on a back-to-back night. So the Red Sox played a game in spring training against the Toronto Blue Jays at their spring training site. And for the most part, a pretty good game. They'd kind of get a little bit scary between the fifth and ninth inning as the Blue Jays kind of basically made that once at one point a tie game, and then the Red Sox did add on in the sixth and eighth inning. And they kind of made it a little interesting in the ninth inning, but in the end, Red Sox end up holding on in this one, a 7-6 victory for the Red Sox. They are now 6-4 in spring training play or Grapefruit League play. So, let's see. Oviedo only gave up 2 hits for a free inning, so nice. All right, 4 strikeouts, so nice, very nice, very nice. All right, Seth Martinez, he got the win out of the bullpen, so nice. So that will be 2 innings, only gave up a hit and walked only one person. Then home runs from Nicky Gasper, Alan Castro, and Nathan Hickey. This is first for Nicky Gasper. This is the first for Alan Castro, and this is the second for Nathan Hickey this season, or this spring training. So multi-hit games from also Alan Castro, who had 2, so he's 2 for 3. Did have an RBI, and then 2 for 3 from Ward or Nathan. Braden Ward. Sorry. And then Matt Feiss. He had a pretty good day. Yeah, I forgot this dude is on our in our farm system. 3 for 2, 2 for 3, or 2 for 3 also from Nicky Gasper. He had 3 RBIs in this one, so a pretty good game from him. All right. So pretty much just. Oh, this is a different dude. Okay, so all right, no, this is the other Azukar or whatever. Yeah, all right, never mind. All right, so Nelly Taylor was 0 for 2. All right, but he did have 1 at bat though. Yeah, Justin Gonzalez a 1 for 2 day. So this might be a guy to watch out. What I was hearing kind of too. So pretty good day at the office for the Red Sox. Because tomorrow will be somewhat of an expedition game tomorrow because of the World Baseball Classic. But we won't jump ahead to that just yet. Now let's talk about the Celtics game. All right. It was kind of one of those back and forth kind of games, at least in the first, or kind of one of those games. Average day at the office for the Celtics. Was kind of like a 10-point lead at halftime, but then after that, Celtics got out to a run in the third quarter and second half and just never looked back. They kind of just, once again, kind of left the Bucks in their tracks. So, yeah. But your final score, a 108-81 Celtics win. So nice. So, I believe this is 2 straight, or wait, no, 3 straight for the Celtics. Yeah, because, I forgot. We got to add Friday's game too. So, they keep on rolling. You would think in a back-to-back night, and especially one that's going on the road, you would think that might be an L. Nope. Yep, apparently it didn't phase them. A double-double night from Mr. Hugo Gonzalez. Nice first career for him. Nice. For our young superstar from Spain. So nice. 25 points from Peyton Pritchard off the bench. Peter Rabbit, so he was your lead scorer. So, as I said, Hugo Gonzalez, 18 points, 16 rebounds. So good. 18 points from Derek White. Let's see. 5 for 18 from three-point land, and then 10 for 23 from Peyton Pritchard. That's not three-point land. Never mind. Okay, never mind. All right, I was looking at the wrong stat category. 5 for 10 from P. Rabbit or Peyton Pritchard, 5 for 10, 50%. So pretty good night. Let's see, 9 assists from Peyton Pritchard. He had a pretty good night. So yeah. Also, 10 rebounds from Luke Garza. Good. So a pretty good night. 3 steals from Hugo Gonzalez and 2 blocks from Hugo Gonzalez and Ron Harper Jr. Right. So yeah, I didn't know what to think about this game. Just for the fact, you know what, we just played a Sunday night kind of thriller or somewhat hard-fought game against the 76ers. We're going on the road, and you think, oh, it's a back-to-back night. This might be an out. Despite the Bucks being not too great this year, and now Giannis wants out of Milwaukee, a place that he has won his championship with, his only championship with. Yeah. You seem to forget the Bucks have won a championship. Yeah, in 2011. So, yeah, you seem to forget. But in the end, as I said, Celtics get the win. And they now head back home to face the Charlotte Hornets. Well, we won't jump ahead to that just yet. Not until tomorrow's episode. All right. So we're now 41-20 right now. So good. All right. 9 more wins, and we have 50 wins. As I said, we're on a 3-game win streak. We're now still second in the Eastern Conference right now. 2 games still behind, or 2 games still in front of the New York Knicks. Sorry about that. Yeah, not behind. We are behind the Detroit Pistons by 5 games in the Eastern Conference, who just also keep rolling too. Then, hottest team right now, I will say it's the Atlanta Hawks. 4 straight for them. Well, all hit them and the Charlotte Hornets. Oh, lovely, our next opponent. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyone else? Let me look at the state. Has anybody else clinched the playoff spot yet? Nope, it is still the defending champs right now, the Oklahoma City Thunder, who still lead the West right now. Yeah, but 3 games behind them. Don't look now. It is the Spurs, but except they lost a game. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. That was on yesterday. Yeah, I forgot about that. All right. So as I said, next game will not be on until Wednesday against the Charlotte Hornets, but we will not jump ahead to that just yet. All right. But we are going to jump ahead to. So looks like I think the trade deadline for the NHL is this week. I could be legit totally wrong. So yeah, so some somewhat key decisions for the Bruins. Will they make any deals and kind of bolster their roster for a potential playoff push? Get back into the postseason? Yeah, it's this Friday. It'll be 3 p.m., 2 p.m. Eastern time, or 2 p.m. Central time for me, but 3 p.m. Eastern time. All right, so it is this Friday. All right. We'll see if the Bruins do anything. I did hear some names getting thrown around. Jordan Kyrou from he used to be of the St. Louis Blues. No, yeah. I don't know. I'm going to look at the roster. I think he used to be, or I'm not sure if he still is with the Blues. We will answer that in a few seconds. I mean, surely if he's with the Sabres now, they will not trade him. No, they're fighting for a playoff spot too. Tom, let's be real here. I think he is still with the Blues. All right. Here we are. Yep. Yeah, a right winger with the St. Louis Blues. All right, he still is. All right. Yeah. All right. That heard his name getting thrown around in Bruins talks and trades. So, yeah. And then, we got NFL free agency coming up in a few days or so, or next week. So, all right. We can get going on that. Still no word about AJ Brown trade. I mean, nothing. I've really heard anything yet. But yeah. Sorry, wrapping this show up. All right. So tomorrow for spring training or preseason play for your Boston Red Sox. Knowing that the World Baseball Classic is this week and the first game of pool play is on Wednesday, and it looks like it's between Australia and Chinese Taipei, or Taiwan is whoever wants to call it that. But anyway, so it's looking like it's the Red Sox will play an expedition game against Team Puerto Rico at JetBlue Park, and that'll be a 5:05 start or first pitch or 6:05 Eastern time, whatever time zone you live in. You know what to do. Check what time it is in your time zone and tune in. All right. And Jake Bennett will be going for us for the Red Sox since it is kind of just basically an expedition game. It's just for funs. Yep, shits and giggles. Yeah. A lot of MLB teams are doing these expedition games. It looks like Colombia will be playing the Pirates. Netherlands will be playing the Orioles. Panama will be playing the Yankees. Oh, wow. Canada will be playing the Toronto Blue Jays. Israel will be playing the Marlins. Nicaragua will be playing the Mets. Brazil will be playing the A's, or the Bat Bars, as my nephew, if he was like still one, would refer to him, my oldest nephew. Bat Bars. That will be an interesting story to talk about another time. Maybe another on our next Chatting It Up episode. Yeah, we might refer to that. We might tell that story. Might be funny. All right, Cuba versus the Royals. Italy versus the Cubs. Team USA versus the Giants. Great Britain versus the Brewers. That's strange. The Mexico versus the Diamondbacks. Tigers versus Team Dominican Republic. Venezuela versus the Venezuela versus the Astros. I wonder why the Astros. Oh. You know why? Because they do have their star shortstop on there. And there's other expedition games going on Wednesday too. Huh. Let's read off these games. Yeah, might as well. I did say I was going to start wrapping up the show. Sorry about that. Canada versus the Phillies. Colombia versus the Braves. The Netherlands versus the Rays. Nicaragua versus the Cardinals. Panama versus the Tigers for split squad game for them. Puerto Rico versus the Twins. Israel versus the Mets. The Dominican Republic versus the Tigers. Brazil versus the Rangers. Cuba versus the Reds. Mexico versus the Dodgers. Great Britain versus the Padres. Italy versus the Angels. USA versus the Rockies, Venezuela versus the Nationals. All right. And that'll be it. And then, yeah, it looks like pool play will play on Wednesday, as I said, Chinese Taipei versus Australia. All right. So that's it for that. And then looks like the only regular season game that really does matter right now, looks like the Bruins will play against the Pittsburgh Penguins back at home in the TD Garden. That'll be a 6 o'clock puck drop or 7 p.m. Eastern time. But whatever time zone you live in, you know what to do. Just find out what time zone it is and tune in. All right. Final thoughts. Tryouts for Normal Community Baseball start today. And it was just good to go out there. We did go outside eventually. I mean, it turned out to be not too bad of a day and looked like it's probably going to be the only real decent day this whole week looking at the weather. It'll probably be all practices inside and stuff like that, or tryouts and practices inside. But yeah, it kind of feels good just to kind of just, as you know, we went to state last year and it looks like we're trying to do another back-to-back appearance and now like go back-to-back but try to win the whole thing this year, at least for Class 4A, which is the bigger class in Illinois High School Association. So it's the bigger class. So there's like 1A smallest and then 4A 1A small or 1A 2A are the smaller classes, and 3A 4A are the bigger classes. So we're the bigger class 4A. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah, if plays would have gone right in that champ or semifinal game, we could feel like we'd be state champs right now. But I don't know. What I'm hearing from some of the guys, they feel confident. Some of the returning guys. I mean, not only that, we got like 5 guys that are like going D1. We have a dude going to Indiana. We have a dude going to Cincinnati. We have a dude going to Indiana State. Yeah, Larry Bird's a alma mater. I think he also played baseball there too. Yeah, he might have at least just kind of like maybe one season or so. But yeah, but he did kind of swing the bat and threw the glove around on the diamond. And then anyway, so we had have another guy going UIC or University of Illinois in Chicago, and then we have another guy going to Valparaiso, and then we have a guy going NAIA, and then one D3 guy going. Yeah, but yeah, 5 Division 1 dudes or Division 1 guys. So yeah, so yeah. Hopefully we get it done, but day 1 tryouts feel good. Yeah, kind of can't or catch up with some of the old players and stuff like that, and then yeah, just ready to get to meet some of the new guys too. So new casting characters. Anyway, all right. Anywho, let's call it a night. All right. As I said, I talked your ear off long enough. All right. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you tomorrow night to recap Red Sox versus Team Puerto Rico, and then Bruins versus Penguins. And maybe some other news, maybe Celtics news, and maybe Bruins or Patriots news, or maybe even Red Sox news. I don't know. All right. Banyana.